welcome back to Xanthus Gaming. We're here today in Soulstone Survivors, and there's a brand new patch, the Ritual Love event. It's the February event. There are some new secret spells that you can unlock during this event. They are always there February 13th through February 26th, but they will be in the game in perpetuity going forward, so they are not going to go away. You can still unlock them if you're seeing this video after that point. But if you happen to do this during the Ritual of Love period of time, you are guaranteed to be able to unlock it in the game. So let's go ahead and get on in and have a look at the different things. Okay, the first thing you need to know about unlocking this is you have to do it on the Whispering Grove, and you have to have a minimum of 34 curse. Now, I would recommend disabling some of the things if you're used to playing at 48. It'll just make it a lot easier to unlock. Probably possible at 48, but it's pretty hard. I gave it a shot and I was like, nah, I'll just do it at the lower difficulty. So I'm flipping through all the different curses here so you can see what you would disable. TLDR of it is basically disable things that fall on your head. So get rid of the Pillars of Despair, get rid of a few of the when you kill things, meteors fall. Get rid of the Reaper guy who one-shots you, because you will have to stand still sometimes in order to accomplish this. And go ahead and pop on in. The first thing you're going to do once you get in there is you're going to go down and to the left, and you're going to find the first altar. The first altar you can actually kill yourself. All the future ones after that point you have to have Cupid kill for you. Now when you actually kill the altar for the first time, you're going to hear a gong sound. Make sure to listen for that so you know what it sounds like. This is what sound is going to play each time an altar spawns. Once you kill the first altar, you're going to see Cupid come out. He is invincible. You cannot kill him. All you can do is dodge his abilities. So you sit there, you kill things until you hit about 300 kills, and at about 300 kills, the first altar will spawn. So let's go ahead and skip forward to that point. Okay, the altar is spawning right here at 300 kills. After it spawns, you gotta kind of run around the map and try to find it. Now, in my experience, it seems like the altar most of the time is in more of a centralized location rather than on the outskirts. It took me a while to figure this out, but it seems like most of them spawn more centralized. So kind of loop around the interior center section of the map and kind of look for it. One tip that I can give you that'll make your life a lot easier is, instead of doing this on the Pyromancer, do it on the Archer dude, because he gets an extra dash by default to start. So basically he starts with the Swift upgrade, so it makes it a lot easier to search for those altars and kind of scout around. Also, I would highly recommend you try to pick up as much movement speed and max health as you can, just to make this a little bit easier for yourself. So once you find the first altar, what you have to do is line up the arrow from Cupid. So Cupid will shoot the altar, because again, you cannot kill the altar yourself. You have to make Cupid shoot it. So here you can see me taking a bunch of damage to try to do that, but we got it. Another tip is make sure you kill the bosses first before you try to do that, because if you try to get Cupid to shoot the altar and kill the bosses at the same time, it can be relatively difficult. So let's go ahead and flip forward to the next one and see that one. It looks like the next altar spawned at about 600 or so. Again, you gotta kind of scout around and try to find it. It was towards the interior of the map. Line up that shot from Cupid and boom. To rinse and repeat this twice for each set of bosses, I believe it is. And once you've done it on the last set of bosses and you've killed the final altar, you will unlock the achievements and the abilities. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and skip ahead to the final altar here. Keep in mind. And here's our final altar kill. We actually had 2 up at the same time. It must spawn more than you need, I'm not sure. Or maybe I killed both at the same time here. But either way, there you go. There's the achievement. We have Kimura's Ritual Easy, Kimura's Ritual Medium, and Kimura's Ritual Hard achieved here. Do note that you can do them each individually. They're just different variations of the amount of curse that you have active, but if you just do it at 34, you can unlock all of them all at once. Let's go ahead and have a peek at the achievements and what the abilities do, and then we will showcase them in the game. Alright, the first ability is Heartbreaker Orbs. You launch 3 orbs that move in a curved line forward, causing 80 damage and applying bleed. The bleed does 180 over 10 seconds. This has the same kind of serpentine pattern as Holy Orb. Heartrending Strike, slashes forward, does damage, converts bleed into hemorrhage, does actually quite a bit of damage, and it's pretty strong. I think both of the first two abilities are pretty strong. Kimura's arrow is, I don't think, nearly as strong. Calls a large arrow to hit this position, dealing 300 damage. It's basically like the Glacier Meteor Fall or the regular Meteor Fall. It's that kind of area of effect. It divides the damage, the 3,000 damage, equally between all targets. It stuns them and applies bleed. Maybe with the new exposed and vulnerable mechanics, there's a build out there that can make this strong, along with Savage Strike. I haven't found it yet, but I might play around with it. In my just initial super brief testing here on the playtest, it did not seem very strong, but c'est la vie. Alright, so let's look at what Heartrending Strike looks like. Oh, and you can lock things in this patch, it's wonderful. So let's grab Heartrending Strike. It's going to again transform bleed into hemorrhage, and here's what the effect looks like. It's very nice swiping attack. Looks kind of cool, and I did put swing as a specialty so I could have all three on this one character on the sentry or sentinel or whatever he's called. So this is Kimura's arrow. It's the serpent, or it's the meteor fall heart bleed ability that divides 3,000 damage equally among all targets. Again, downside to this, the more area you scale, the more targets it's going to be divided between, and the less overall it's going to do to each individual target. So perhaps if you're running this sort of build, you try to keep the area low but the multicast high. I'm not entirely sure, but that's the best I can figure out for it. Okay, and here I just got Kimura's orb, so you can kind of see that serpentine pattern shot that it does. It's actually really, really cool. And let's have a look at the last one. We've already kind of seen Heartrending Strike, but let's see it in this build with a full setup of abilities. Let's go ahead and skip. Okay, so here I actually got Obliterate along with Blade Storm and all the other new abilities. The idea basically is that we apply lots of bleeds and then we detonate those bleeds. Could be pretty fun. Obviously, you'd want to swap out Shoot for Scent of Blood, but it's pretty cool. These new abilities are neato. I'm gonna go ahead and kill myself here. There you go. You can kind of see what kind of damage each of those abilities did. Notice that I got Heartrending Strike last, and it did far and away the most damage. Heartbreak Orbs was the second thing I got. It did a lot more damage than Kimura's arrow. So you can kind of see their tier of quality just right here in a very basic damage breakdown. Now, it's very possible that if you scale up Kimura's arrow, it might get good. I'm not entirely sure. Guys, let me know if you have any luck with any of those in your own testing. I would love to hear of a build that utilizes that well at max curse. But either way, thanks for being here today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you out so you can unlock these new abilities. Make sure to subscribe for future guides and videos. We got all kinds of build guides on the channel. Feel free to check them out. And either way, thanks for being here. Have a good rest of your day.